Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rob. Hope you're having an amazing day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you please type the number 1 in the comment section, that chat box, to let me know that you can, I would greatly appreciate it. And as you do, keep in mind as we get started out here this morning that nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. Everything we look at is for educational purposes only. And if you like what you see here, folks, make sure you're following along with the various social platforms we've got out there. We have a ton of great stuff out there, day in and day out. Do not miss out on it. Good morning there, Jeff, Ellen, Joan, Stephanie, Karen, and everybody else. How y'all doing? All right. Let's go ahead and jump in first, taking a look at the futures. Well, we were a sea of red until oil kicked up a little bit, but we're down 36 points on the ES. We are down 271 points on the Dow, but we were up the last 2 days. Not today. NQ down 111, the RUT down 22, Bitcoin down 275, Ethereum down 23.5, gold is down 10, and crude is up 28 cents to 86 3/4. We'll call it right now. So kind of muted. The OPEC meeting today. It'll be interesting to see how Russia reacts to OPEC's request for them to cut production also. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's really Russia's style. Nothing to do with what's going on in the world. It's just we're not part of OPEC. So why in the world would I listen to what you have to say? You know, we produce what we want to produce. So we'll see. But overall, definitely a bearish looking day today. And it's been that way since the overnight session. I mean, I looked at this last night in our mastermind group, one of our higher level coaching programs. And you could see at 6 o'clock, we opened up down slightly, but we just European market crush, kill, destroy. And we were testing the lows of the night, the overnight session. So there we have it. Let's go take a look at trades from yesterday. This is where I'm going to ask you to drop your trades in, whatever you did, funded, not funded, made money, broke even, lost. It doesn't matter. Drop the trades in. Let's go ahead and take a look at it so everybody can get some ideas, generate some thoughts in their head, see how the trades we did from yesterday actually panned out. So first and foremost, we had a lot of companies that moved in the right direction yesterday. I am in a 3-day training. Today is our 3rd day, so not a lot of time. The nice thing is I'm able to schedule out what I do. Amazon yesterday was not on our list, but I did a covered call on Amazon, took in 76 cents on that covered call, so that was nice. And I'm talking about with like an 18 delta. So really low. Tesla was on our list, right? Products were produced but not delivered. So I told this the same thing yesterday last night in our class in Mastermind that I bought the options at 6 and jingle. Was it 6:05? I bought an option at 6:05. It was the 2:45 calls. And I'm watching it chug up there. We get up to 13 and change, backs off a little bit. I can't watch it, so I put a trailing stop on. Normally, I would just take the trade off. So let me put a trailing stop on. I'm feeling real good about what Tesla's doing right now. We got a lot of profit backed up in there. From 6 to 13, we're doing good. And all of a sudden, the announcement comes out that Musk is going to buy Twitter at full price. No fight any longer. Boom, go. Just do it. And my trailing stop triggers. And I don't get out from 13 down to 12 to 11. I get out at $10.45. That's how fast it moved right through that trailing stop before something stuck, right? So $4.40 on Tesla. Not a bad day. My wife is very happy. She's running in her head what that means as far as how much profit there is, because in her mind, whatever was in the brokerage account last month and the difference of what's in there this month, that's hers to spend, right? Shouldn't work that way, but it just seems that's how it is in our house, right? I also did the credit spread on Tesla, which is the one I talked about, below the 245. So I did 245, 242 half. We got 85 cents. I never got out of the trade yesterday. It never really gave me any premium. You know, it would have cost me a little bit to get out, maybe 15 or 20 cents. We're going to be underwater today with Tesla being down. So we'll take a hit on Tesla today and call it a day with them. So, yeah, Ellen said, bring back the Bears. I get it. Ellen. I'm all for it. You know, no questions. I'm all for it. So, all right, let's go look at the pre-market picks. All right, interesting choice of music there, Sean. So we got Ford, F-O-R-D. They got an upgrade from Morgan Stanley today. Let me get rid of this bar. I have no need for this orange bar there. Let's put a little check mark there as a reminder. All right, so Ford right now is up a whopping 15 cents. One of the few things that are up. The only thing that's on my list that's up today is Ford. If we're going to look at anything with Ford, it would be a bull put spread below 11.5. And I'm going to put aggressive because we're still in an overall ugly pattern. So I'm not real excited about this one. But if you chose to, I will not be trading this. That's the way we would trade it. I'm going to be leaving this one alone. If you don't mind owning the stock, then look to sell a naked put, right? And sell down below that 11.5 level now. It's at 12.53 as we speak. So you got $1 of wiggle room in there. All right, Goldman Sachs, something almost unheard of in the industry. They got downgraded. Yes, by one very brazen small brokerage firm. We're downgrading Goldman Sachs as if we have authority to do so, right? So Goldman Sachs right now is down $5.77 after that massive move yesterday. Moved them up into a neutral bias. This brings them down to 309, so just above our fib level. We're going to look at a bear call spread above 318. Which in this scenario, we'll go, I mean, it's a 317 half. I'm okay if you got to wiggle down to that. I'd rather 320. It's just a matter if there's going to be any premium at 320. Right? Next is Morgan Stanley. They got almost unheard of a downgrade today. Same firm, downgraded both of them. Right? Let's look at a bigger picture on Morgan. I've got channels drawn here, not fibs on Morgan Stanley. They are down right now, not as much, $2, but they're also not as high as Goldman is. They're down $2 right now to 82. So they're sitting right at the fib line. So we're going to look at a bear call spread above 87. Yep, see. All right, 3 candidates left. This is the time for you to drop in the companies that you want me to take a look at. What trades do you want me to check out for you? Before we wrap up the day, this gives you one last opportunity to get another set of eyes on the companies that you're looking at. And if there are any trades that you guys did yesterday, drop them in. I'd love to see them. All right. So let's jump into RCL. They're talking about less travel now because of winter. I don't know if that's really a thing since it's a cruise line and you're going to get a less travel, I guess, anyway, because it's winter period. But RCL, after a really nice move yesterday, is down about $1. 87 cents. They're down to $43 right now. So we're below that 43.63. We can look at a bear call spread above 44, but we're going to want to do it aggressive. We're just really tight. 44, 43. We're really tight in there. I guess 1% away. It's not horrible, but we're really tight in there. So I would look at that one more as an aggressive trade. Right. Next on the docket is Tesla. Tesla is down right now because of what's going on with Twitter, right? There's concerns Musk is going to be spending some money now. Is he going to sell more shares to have enough cash available to do so? Don't know at this point what's going on with that, why, but they're down. I'll gladly trade it if I at all can. So 245 is where they're at. So they're right at the support level now. So we're going to look at a bear call spread above 264. So we got a long way to go there above 264. So as of yesterday, and it's going to change, as of yesterday, the 265s were $1 and the 267 halves were 65 cents, we'll call it. So 30 cents as of yesterday, $2.50 spread, but we're talking about being, like I said, $40 away, $20 away. So we've definitely got some room there for it, but I'm going to look at it for a long put. For the put, I need the stock to break to get below 245, 244, retest, then I'll look at a long put. Right, so in other words, break down below that fib level, come back, retest it, and fail off of there. Boom. Now I'll take the entry with a long put, but not where it's hovering right now. It's just a little too close for me right now. All right. And last one on the docket for today is Twitter. Now, Twitter's not up much today, but man, they rocked yesterday after the halt was removed, which they were halted for a couple hours yesterday. After the halt came off, they took off, right? They just skyrocketed. And they had already made a little bit of a move running into the news, and then Twitter just shut it down like, no, we can't deal with this. Too big of a move. So 5420 is the magic number, but it didn't change. That's the number since he announced what they were going to do. And the question is why? You know, why did Musk change his mind now to say, all right, today is the day we can go ahead and buy it at full price, drop the lawsuits, drop the apparently, the talk is, at least this is the reasoning behind it that we're hearing, is WeChat has an app. It is an app that's out in China, and there's over 1 billion people on that app. And Musk thinks that he can take that and incorporate that into Twitter. And if so, increase the subscribership, which was his goal all along, right? To get over 1 billion subscribers on there. He wants a 5-fold, I think, subscription on Twitter. And of course, getting rid of the fake accounts on there and still having over that 1 billion subscribers. So real excited. He is real excited about it from that perspective, which was part of the reasoning for him changing his mind and moving to the upside. So when we look at a move like this, we're up at on Twitter at 51.5 right now. 54.20 is the buyout price. So the expectation now is we're going to see the we're going to go up and down a little bit. We'll drop off. We'll move up. But we're going to stay below that 54.20 level until it gets there. It'll buy out at that price. But right here is a great opportunity to consider a diagonal spread. Right? So a diagonal call spread. What does that mean? We're going to buy a call at least 6 months out in time with a 65 to 85 delta, 100 open interest. We're going to sell this week's 40 delta call against it. So as an example, with where it is right now, and they're down, and these will actually be pretty good numbers, right? So let's look at this week's. We've got the 53 for this week. We'll go out and look at, looking for at least 120 days of time. So we're going to be out into Feb. So 65 to 85 delta. I've got a 65 delta on the 50s, and it's only going to cost me $3.75. I'm going to buy that. So $3.53 is my cost in this trade. What have I done? Someone has the right to take it away from me at $53. I have the right to take it away from somebody else at $50. For that, I'm laying out $3.53, which means for the next 2 weeks, I would want to write this again and again. I wouldn't want to be exercised for 2 more weeks. And if that's the case, by all means, take it away, and I'm going to make some money. And if Twitter goes up a little bit, next week I won't sell the same strike price. I won't sell the 53. Maybe I sell the 54. I own the 50 long term. So I'm just going to keep writing calls against it every week and looking to collect that 3 to 5% a week, not a month like a covered call, 3 to 5% a week, right? I'm going to do a case study on this particular stock right up until the purchase date to see how it all pans out. So that's going to be one of the things that we'll be putting out this shortly. So there we have it on Twitter, right? As far as what we're looking at there. All right. So with that, what do you guys got in the docket today? Let's see. Ellen's asking for the Qs. So let me go ahead and switch this over, Ellen, and bring up another watch list. So I have all symbols in there. All right, so the Qs. So QQQ right now is down to 279.30. Let's zoom in on it. Come on, baby. There we go. So let's see, 273 to 287 is 13 points. We don't need a fib in there. We're down at 273. No, not 273, 279. Let me get rid of this trade here so I can see more on my option chain. All right. So if we're at 279 right now, that's about our midpoint right there, roughly, right? So we don't need a fib in there, but that's about where we are. We're looking at a bear call spread on Qs above 287. Let's see, not a lot of premium in there. And we're also going to be looking at a directional trade utilizing pivot points. But you're in the middle, so there's not a lot of good choices here on that. If you did decide, okay, we don't really need the fib, Rob, but I want to split it and wait for the break there, and that's where I'll take my entry. 279.5. So you could look for we're at 279.19 now. You could look for the little more of a move down, a retest, and a fail, right? But keep in mind you got your 8 moving average there, so it's a sticky one, right? Hey, Dr. Bonnie, how are you? Let's see, Lucid LCID. Oh, let's put that here. Okay. So they're down 23 cents right now to 15.17. Overall pattern bearish on it. 15.17. Where is that? So we're right about the 21 moving average right now. So overall, definitely looking to the downside. If we look at, let's see. Let me try to give you a better estimate than. If we go A, B, C, we're looking at about 11.57 is the ideal move based on the last move that we made, right? So 17.69 down to 13.58, okay? We're looking for, and then the retracement back up here. If this is our rollover point, we're looking at, in an ideal world, about 11.5 it gets down to. So definitely has some room to go, but you're going to hesitate at that 13.14 level. That will be the first stopping point. Lower low, right? That'll be your next one there, right? So there's Lucid and Oxy. And guys, if you like what you're seeing here, smash the like button. Let the algorithms know. Let us know that you're liking what you see out there. All right, Occidental Petroleum. Huge holding for Berkshire, right? Let's get the pre-market move on it. So it's down 71 cents ahead of the Fed announcement to 65.5, we'll call it. So we're still above this fib line. The overall pattern, Bonnie, is bullish. The overall pattern is bullish. Come on. Hitting the wrong button there. But our moving averages are in the exact wrong order. In other words, we moved up so fast, we got above our top moving average, which made us bullish, but we don't have the right bias in there. So I could take a trade. I would take it as an aggressive trade if you're looking at it. So 64.5 is support, 66.84 is resistance. All right, a little bit of caution with the Fed, the OPEC meeting today. You just don't know what's going to come from that announcement. So if that helps, let me know down in the comment section below. Karen said, SPY lost yesterday. Need to get it right today. Yeah, I mean, listen, I got, like I said, for me, Tesla yesterday is going to be my nemesis. If we look at Tesla right now, I had the 42 half 45 puts. for this week. I don't know why we keep closing that one up. 42 half, 45. So right now, 395 and 315. So 80. So 80 cents. We got 85. So we were ahead of the game by 5 cents. But we're not going to be there today when we open up, not with a $4 move to the downside, right? So it happens. Trades go against us. It just needs to be part of the plan. I just know that about 22% of all my trades, 24% of all my trades are going to go against me, right? And that's just the way it works for me. And if you're employing the right reward risk rules, then that 25% doesn't matter. Actually, think about this. If you can make $2 on every winning trade and only risk $1 on a losing trade, how many trades out of 10 do you actually have to be right on? If you're right on 4 trades, the 4 that you're right on, you made $8. $2 per trade times 4 trades is 8. The 6 that you were wrong on, you lost $1 on each, that's $6. You made $2 and you're only right 4 out of 10 times, which means you bat a 400. Right? That's a really good batting average. You don't need 75% of your trades to win, or you just need 4 out of 10 with a 2-to-1 reward risk. Right? You're welcome, Dr. Bonnie. Let's see. So let's look at SPY for today for you, Karen. All right. 377.77 was yesterday's closing price. Today, though, we're at 374.12. So we'll call it 374.64. So we're inside of here. So this one is a little bit of a better setup than the Qs is or was, because we've got a fib line right near where we are. So in an ideal world, we'll move up a little bit to the 375 half level and fail, and then take a directional bearish trade above that 376 half. You could also just set it up immediately and look to take a bear call spread above 377. All right. So I do like SPY a lot better today. Karen, I'm going to jot them down for me. I'm going to be looking at a retest of 376.64. Then fail. I'm looking for bear call spread above 377. All right. So there you go. And don't forget pivot points for sure. There you go, Joan. I just hit the like button. I appreciate that. Costco looking for a break below 484 retest and a fail for a bearish entry. COST. So I wrote them down last night. Why? Because in our training last evening, they are a switchback trade. And that's what we taught on last night in Mastermind was switchback. Good training. And what's going on? Switchback says we can move in either direction. One of the major rules is if you can get one like this that's right at support with a moving average there, it's even better. And we've got a clear and concise path in either direction. So if we get the break today on it, Sean, let's go take a look at it. If we get the break today, we're down $3 right now. So that puts us at 483. So we need a little bit more. Not much, but a little bit more. 43. Yeah, I mean, we're a buck below. I'd like to see it get down another $1 or so, come back up and fail, right? I'm never a big fan of just moving in pre-market and continue. I'd like it to move down, come back up a little bit, and drop. If we get that, 469, Sean, you're on the right path without a doubt. So it's a good-looking one. Trip, I think I jumped right over your Etsy. Let's go look at that. Trip was in training last night with us when we were talking about the switchbacks. And he said, you know why I bring them up in the morning so much? He said, because they're so easy to find. And he's right. They are a great trade setup, period. And, you know, the way I likened it last night was you go and buy a white Honda Civic, and all of a sudden the only car you see on the road is a white Honda Civic, right? Day in and day out, that's all you see. I bought my blue Explorer. Yes, I am definitely a Ford guy. I like Ford because I beat the hell out of my truck, right? Between towing a trailer, between towing my boat, between all the stuff I do at Home Depot and for the garden and stuff. You know, when we first went looking for vehicles, I went looking at a Cadillac, and my wife's like, there's no way you're spending 90 grand and you're going to throw dirt in the back or plywood in the back of that truck. Forget it. So, but I did not see my cars are very strange blue. I didn't see a lot of those, but you get what I mean. All right, so come on, baby, zoom in. There we go. So right now, 109.95, call it 110. Etsy's down $1.50 to 108.65. So it's on the downside trip, which is good. Get that move back up near that 109 level, 109 quarter. Fail, and you've got room down. Folks, what I would be doing here is I would snap a horizontal line right off of the 21 moving average, where it is right now. So at 104.13, I'd snap my line on my intraday charts right at that 104.13, and that would be my support. So 105, 5 1/4, half, somewhere around there is going to be your target for your exit, right? Exactly, Trip. 400 is the Hall of Fame. How is Apple doing? Dr. Bonnie asks. Let's see, AAPL. I mean, they were doing well a while back, but not recently. So they ran Dr. Bonnie right into a great setup. It is a switchback trade. The only bad thing is there's not a lot of room to the upside. So yes, it's at a key level. Yes, there's a moving average there. No, I don't want to take it to an upside trade because of the 147.68. But when we look at this from a standpoint of down, we're sitting right now 144.46. So bear call spread above that 145 half. Where are we in pre-market still? And once again, you've got to be cautious. I think part of the down today, we're down on the ES41. Part of the down today is the OPEC meeting. So OPEC comes out and says, yeah, we're only going to cut 250,000 barrels a day. Actually, I think they're talking about between 500,000 and 2 million barrels a day. So if they come in with a very low number, lower than the market expects, which is 1 million, we may get a little bit of a pop. So it's just a cautious day today. But there's plenty of room to the downside, Dr. Bonnie. So that's a good one. Hope it helps. Let me know in the comments down below. Say Hey's asking about SPY. When would we redraw the fibs? So we're there now. Say Hey, I'm just going to do it in pop over the weekend. But definitely I'll be drawing, because if I draw them now, I'm going to forget that I did it and not explain it in there. And since it's such a critical part of what we do inside of power option plays, I don't redraw any of those stocks outside of that. But yes, I would definitely be looking at redrawing now. You had a great strong bearish thrusting pattern, good move up, which is well above the 236. So for those of you that are looking at the where, September 12th, the high there, down to September 30th, the low there. Good eyes on that one, by the way, Say Hey. Not many people saw it. You're welcome, Sean. Yes, absolutely, Say Hey. Let's see. My transmission on my Ford van went 3 years ago, and it kept my van for 6 months last year because they had no parts. Oh, we're going through it right now. My daughter's Ford Focus. We bought a brand new car, and her car's been in there for 5 months now with no part. And they won't rent us a car because the dealership won't do it. It's crazy. Small claims court is on the way for that. That's for sure. You're welcome, Say Hey. All right, everyone, there you have it. Listen, guys, there aren't many of them left. So go ahead over to tradinglikeaboss.com. And when I say many of them left, many of the protect, preserve, and win in uncertain times. There's not a lot of that those dates left out there. So go ahead and pick it up. Go ahead and register for that free training. Dale Zamzo, who is an amazing trainer, was one of my original coaches that taught me how to trade the market. One of the instructors when I got started as a student back in 1997. Dale and I are the best of friends, family friends. He's a phenomenal trader, and even better investor. He's going to show you some things that no matter what happens in the market, he can guarantee you won't lose any money. And you'll never hear that out of traders. Guarantee, regardless, that you will not lose a penny. And you'll get paid interest on top of it, right? You'll make money, premium. That's the win part of it as well. Protect, preserve, and win in uncertain times. Yeah, Dale. Yeah, Dr. Bonnie, exactly. Check it out. We don't get them very often, maybe twice a year. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see all of you at our next update. All right, bye for now.